In this video, we're going to talk about how I installed a turbo swing on a Key West Bay Reef 210. We'll go over some of the tips and some of the challenges that I experienced. Feel free to leave any questions or comments at the end of the video down below. I'm happy to answer them the best I can. So here's the turbo swing as it came in the mail from UPS or whatever. Everything was wrapped up in this black plastic. It's got some foam on the inside protecting it. This box was actually attached to the ends here and it was also wrapped in the black plastic, but I took it off and see everything we got inside. Make sure we got all our parts before we get it installed. Okay, so the tools you're going to need for this, pretty simple. You're going to need a couple of ratchets and some sockets. It's either a 3/4 inch socket or a 19 millimeter socket. Those are almost identical. They should be able to get the bolt that mounts your mounting bolt for your motor off. So again, it's a 3/4 inch, and I would recommend a deep socket, depending upon how yours is set up, or a 19 millimeter. And then a torque wrench. You're going to really need a torque wrench in order to get that proper torque specification when you put the bolts back on, the mounting bolts back on. For my motor, it recommends 38 foot-pounds of torque, so it'll be helpful to have a torque wrench. And then this other socket is a 13 millimeter socket. That would go for when you're tightening up these smaller bolts and you're connecting the turbo swing holder to the plate. And then, with these, the toothed locking nuts. And then it would be good to have a pair of pliers. Channel locks like this are a little easier because you're going to need them to tighten down when it comes time to tighten down these black stoppers on the turbo swing. So that's it for tools. Okay, so this is the mounting bolt I'm going to need to remove from my motor. Now this motor's been mounted on a jack plate, so looking at this, some of the instructions will call that I might have to drill a hole in the transom in order to make the other bolt work. I think I've gotten very lucky here, and I've got this top hole free. The second one looks like it would be hitting that aluminum plate on the jack plate here, so I'm going to go for this top hole here. I'll remove this and put the mounting bracket right in this spot, and I've got one on the other side. So again, this is a 3/4 inch or 19 millimeter, and then this is a 3/4 inch. This is why you would need the deep socket wrench here. Now we're going to put the mounting bracket in. It's going to go this way, and this is the proper one, the left side. It's going to go like this. So I'm going to put this original bolt on the bottom, back through, put the washer and nut back on, and then just the original bolt that came with it is much too long, unnecessary. So I went out and I got a smaller stainless steel bolt. This one is only 3 inches long, so compared to the one that it comes with. So you can see here, I'm going to put it in reverse of the other. So like that. I'll put the washer and the nut here. So now you want to make sure you got this set 38 foot-pounds of torque. So next you're going to want to attach this bolt, which is a smaller bolt, to it's an M8 bolt, to the turbo swing holder, and you need to use one of these washers, put it through. You got the lock nut here, and they tell you that you want to make sure that these teeth are lined up exactly in the grooves. Let's see if you can see that. So there's, let's see here, yep. And then they want you to put it at its highest settings. So I'm not quite sure what that means. It's either going to be this side or this side. So I'll have to make a fine-tune adjustment when I'm out there. That's what we're going to need to do here. Set it at the spot. See, my teeth just came out, the groove just came out. Not in the groove. There we go. Now it's in. Do the same for the other. This black plate, the friction plate, just slides right over the top like this. So you can add this. You don't have to put it on there while you're trying to mess with that bolt. Let's do the other side. Should be good to go. Oops, wrong way. Okay, so the directions tell me that I need to put this in, well, it's out of the way. The directions tell me I need to put this in reverse because of the size. So it looks like this. I put this bolt like this. They've got, I'll show you this, they've got this hexagonal cutout, so this fits perfectly in there. And then slides in. Looks like I'm gonna have a little difficulty with this on here. Might have to adjust this height for sure. Okay, so I've tightened this just enough that I can get this bracket, this holder, the turbo swing holder, to stay without too much play. It's got a little bit of motion in it, right? But the problem that I'm experiencing with this jack plate is it's wanting to hit this top portion of the jack plate. So the directions tell you to install this at the highest possible position to allow the rope to be as high up out of the water as possible. So I might have to make some adjustments. Another quick note, there's not much space back here, so I had to use a box end wrench, or you could use an open-ended wrench. This is a 3/4 inch or 19 millimeter you could use as well. You can see there's not much room to get back here with a socket, so a tip, definitely get a wrench ready to go. All right, so I've switched this around now. I put it back on the standard installation versus the reverse installation, and I've got this set up fairly high, but it can even tilt even farther back. So I'm not sure how this is going to look. I'll make the adjustment to this nut and this bolt with the lock nut on the other side, that tooth lock nut on the other side, to make that change, make it go a little lower if need be. But we'll see it. This will obviously give me plenty of clearance on the bottom here, and it won't be hitting this jack plate. So we'll see how it works. The other side I haven't switched yet. You can see how it was. I'm going to reverse this and put it around. It'll be flipped over. So I've got it adjusted. I've got the bar in to test for the clearance. And we've got plenty of motion and clearance, but it doesn't touch a thing, so I've got plenty of clearance, so I'm good with that. I'll go ahead and put the stops on there, the rubber stops, and the pulley as well. Get that done, and I've tested left and right I've got clearance from my motor both sides. I'll just be calling, I want to call Turbo Swing to make sure that this is okay to install it this way. On their website and on their instructions, it says if you're uncertain, just make sure you reach out to Turbo Swing, which I will be doing to ensure that this is okay to install this way. So here's some on the water footage. It was a bit rough that day. We pulled many passengers all day and it worked like a champ. We also found out while we were out on the water that the turbo swing comes in handy, as you're going to see in a second, for people trying to get in the boat or hanging out around the boat. A great area to grab. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.